absolutely agree. And I was just about to say, I mean, it is, when you hear those sorts of figures, you can see why it's totally unsustainable. And look, it's the same in Australia. We've got so many similar problems. I've got to say, Nigel Farage, he's banked his whole political career on this very issue. How has this announcement been received over there? Because it is quite a bold plan.
You think it's bold, but when you really come down to it, it makes sense. Younger, poorer, larger families are coming in and taxpayers are footing the bill. British taxpayers don't owe a foreigner anything, yet they're paying for them. We have a benefit here called universal credit that's in and out of work benefit. And 1 in 6 of those are foreign nationals. That's 9 billion a year going to people who don't contribute enough to pay it back. And recent migrants do earn significantly less than British workers. And we're not talking about deporting anyone, which people have twisted it. We're talking about if you've been here longer than 7 years. So some people have been on this indefinite leave to remain for decades. Then show your commitment to the country and apply for citizenship. And if you're contributing, you speak English and you don't have a criminal record, you can get a 5-year renewable visa. It's just putting a system in place where we know who's coming into the country is a net benefit. Believe it or not, Danica, you could commit a crime in this country. You could come, claim benefits, commit a crime in this country, and you're not deported. You still keep that indefinite leave to remain. That's got to change.
Oh, look, I mean, absolutely. Look, I do feel for you over there in the UK. It does seem like there's so many problems, and it all seems to be stemming from mass migration. It's a huge issue. Now, look, let's talk about the party. I mean, Reform are doing so well right now in the polls. I know that you recently moved to Reform from the Conservatives. Why did you make that move?
I mean, I was a Conservative from teenage years. My parents' life changed under a Thatcher government. You know, they bought a home, they built a company, and that the Conservatives for me were about low taxation, economic growth, very strong on law and order, home ownership, but they weren't like that at all towards the end. And it was under the Conservatives that we had the Equalities Act, all the transgender issues where, you know, the rights of a woman were completely diminished. We have public sectors here that if you grow up white and poor, you're too privileged to apply to. And all this thrived under the Conservative government. They brought the online safety bill, which completely limited freedom of speech. Under the Conservatives, we had people being arrested for tweets. And worse, Danica, they would stand there and say, we are the party of home ownership, but they wouldn't build any homes. There'd be NIMBYism, I don't know if you have that term in Australia, all across Conservative constituencies. So we have, I don't know if it's the same in Australia, 30 and 40-year-olds who'll never own a home and a state that can't provide for them. Yet they're letting in millions of people and expecting people to foot the bill. And taxes were the highest they'd ever been since World War II under the Conservatives, and public services were the worst they've been.
Yeah, I mean, we can see why, you know, the Conservatives are losing talent like yourself. And also here in Australia, I mean, the Conservatives are losing ground because they're not implementing the policies to actually make a key difference and to differentiate themselves from the Labor Party. So it's happening everywhere. Laila Cunningham, really nice to catch up with you. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this evening. Appreciate it.